And thank you so much for joining me. My name is Bobby Ray Carter, and happy Christmas Eve. We're so glad you're with us. I have a phenomenal buy. So we're gonna offer you, first of all, the #1, a big customer pick at hsn.com. If Komachi, these are knives that are coming from a company that is an over 100-year-old Japanese company. They are legendary. All they do is make knives. This set today, and first off, you look at the retail at $47.89. I think that's extremely conservative. We sold it for $39.95 today, and I only have 1,200 is all we have for the entire country. $19.95, and you're gonna get the entire set. And you will notice also that they're all done in a beautiful coated carbon stainless steel. You get the matching sheath to go right along with it. They're all color coded. You are going to get your chef's knife, you get the bread knife, you are getting the utility knife, and you are going to get the paring knife. And they also come with, as you can now see from the screen, a full 5-year warranty as well. And the beautiful Carrie Milano is back with us again.
Thank you very much.
So this is a great buy.
It's crazy. You know what I think is so fabulous is that you're gonna get a 100-year-old Company Kai brand in your home, giving you all the basics that you need for your chopping, your dicing, your slicing. And we're going into the time of year where we're actually probably gonna start thinking about bringing a lot of produce in because we wanna eat a little healthier. So a lot more salads and a lot more fresh prep. So this is gonna get it done for you. Now, each knife is coming with its own sheath, and why that's important is not only just to protect you when it's in the drawer that you don't cut yourself, but it's actually protecting the blade. And I think that a lot of people don't realize that having a nice sheath is actually gonna keep your blades nice and sharp. Now, these are very, very sharp. And, you know, we know Japanese workmanship is very sharp. So your chef's knife is gonna be probably the knife that you would use the most. And I think some people would disagree and say, gosh, I use my paring knife a lot. Sometimes it's because you're afraid of a chef's knife. I get it, I was too. But having a nice chef's knife that gives you that nice feel, so you just wanna take your thumb and your finger over here and then grab it, it's gonna give you that absolute versatility that you need to get that rocking motion.
And control, right?
Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and start, and I thought, this morning, let's go ahead and make a salad. Let's start with some of the things that we use.
Cut it, then we can put it on our spiralizer too. So this is great.
Absolutely.
But look at how that blade just glides through. You know, listen, all knives are not created equal, and I think it's really important when we started talking off initially about the company and about the history of the company. And they've been around for over 100 years. They do knives. This is what they do. So you have a better appreciation, clearly, of the retail value on the screen, but then certainly of a price of $19.95. And it's also the kind of a set that most of us probably need, because I think we hang on to our knives, a lot of us, way longer. My knife, I mean, I have knives that won't even cut bread.
Well, what happens is a dull knife is a dangerous knife, and actually I had dull knives in my kitchen for far, far too long. And what is important about a sharp knife is it does feel dangerous, I think, at the beginning. But it's all about how you hold it. You want to make sure you always have your 2 fingers here, kind of like a claw that you're placing over. And then when you do that rocking motion, you're never going to hit your fingers if you have your knuckles there. So that's actually going to give you that ability. And notice everything's going to slide right off of here because of that carbon coating. What that's actually doing is giving you a low maintenance knife. It's making sure that you can actually have no corrosion, that you're going to have minimal amount of blemishes that are going to happen over time. And it makes it really easy for maintenance. A lot of times you may have heard how hard it is to maintain knives. Not with these. These are going to be, they are dishwasher safe, I want to point that out. However, we would say it's better to hand wash them because it's just going to give them more longevity. So they are safe to put in the dishwasher, but I would certainly wash them by hand.
And the cool thing about this set is that you're getting the set, that you're getting all of them. And let me just share with you, with everyone that I already have calling, we have only about like 800 of these to go around, so really, really limited. And you know, this is a kind of an item that you're thinking, well, you know, I don't really need them, but you know, maybe gifts. Fabulous gift ideas. I mean, this is something you buy, you put away, you put in your gift closet, so whether it's weddings coming up, housewarmings coming up, or you just want to have, give someone a great gift, you know that a great set of knives is something that you can give to absolutely everyone, and everyone will love them. But and one of the most important things, beside the fact that you're getting the 4 most used knives. I mean, when you look at the fact that you're getting, again, here it is, the paring knife, the utility knife, the chef's knife, and the bread knife. You're getting the most used knives in the kitchen, right? The fact that they have a 5-year warranty, we love, love, love. But you're gonna be able definitely to do all of your cutting jobs with the set that you're getting. So is that whether you're gonna buy it for yourself, you're gonna put it away for gifts. I love how that's slicing through the bread and not mashing the bread down.
Well, what happens is you have your least amount of crumb loss that you're gonna have, and that's because of the serrations of your bread knife. And what I think is fabulous about this that I've never really seen on any other bread knives is that it's actually moving. You see how the serrations moving towards the front, and then once you get to the middle, it moves to the back. What that's gonna do is give you in one slice a push and pull effect without having to actually saw your bread. So a lot of times we don't really realize the importance of a bread knife, but if you are trying to make a nice bruschetta or make a nice presentation for an appetizer or something like that, look how this got that perfect cut on your bread, and again, left the crumbs in the bread and not all over your cutting board.
You're right, there are not, what, there's like 2 crumbs?
I know, right, and that's because you're using an actual bread knife. Now, the bread knife itself does not have to be just for bread, and that's what I want to talk about. Because it kind of works great against things that have maybe a tough skin, let's go over to an orange. So you may say, goodness, really? Okay, how am I going to do that? So we're going to cut down our bottom just so we have a nice spot to work off of, and cut off our top here too. And then what we want to do is just peel our skins. Now, because this has those serrations, it actually makes this job fairly easy. So you can come all the way around and skin
it smells so good.
great? Can't wait for it to get warmer, everybody.
Yes.
But what's nice about this is it does that job fairly easy. Various different oranges will have a different thickness in the skin, but it'll actually even get in there to do those smaller places, or maybe that's when you're gonna pull out, because you have the whole set, your paring knife, which is for those small specific, jobs. So we get in here and we wanna just get that.
These are all packaged individually. Which is, which is crazy.
So when you get these, if you want to keep them all together, you can, or you can gift these separately. So I think if you just need a really good paring knife and you want to add that to your collection, then you can get this. But if you want to just take the bread knife or the multi-utility knife and give that away, you can do that because they are absolutely packaged separately.
Which I think is great, and that's something that you very rarely see. So right around the corner, you're going to see a clock that is coming up on your screen, just a matter of minutes, 5 minutes. So 5 minutes remaining, and from everyone calling, yeah, I believe they will be a complete sellout. So the opportunity to get a set that is already a customer pick, because I think that's important. They're a customer pick at $39.95. $39.95 was a great price. So the fact that you're getting the whole set again, all color coded, all beautiful carbon coated stainless steel, gorgeous set, and a value of $47.89, which personally I think is extremely conservative.
Absolutely.
For the history, for the company.
Absolutely. Well, this, listen, we could spend almost that much amount of money on one knife. When you go out.
And then some, right?
And the thing is, the maintenance on these is so little that you'll be able to use these for a very, very long time. And I want to point out, Kai, the company, if you send your knife in, you just have to pay the shipping to send it in. They will sharpen your knives for free. If you already have a sharpener, then you can sharpen these knives. So the longevity of what you're gonna have is really fabulous. And what I like about this utility knife is I can go semi-thin, and then let me just do one right here. Because of this tip that you're seeing, I can go super thin on my garlic, because you'll see how it has that nice point, and I can actually rock through here, but I have serrations back here. So that's what makes this great for boning, filleting. This is what you wanna use for those jobs when you want to do take the fat off a pork loin. You want to fillet a fish. You want to take the bone out of a steak. You want to butterfly a piece of chicken. This is going to do that, but it's also going to work for your small herbs and your garlic and your shallots.
That's because I wouldn't have thought about using that knife. I would have thought just use the paring knife. So that's great.
That's why it's a multi-utility. Yes.
There you go. And then of course the paring knife that we all love. And keep in mind as you look at them, because I'm holding them all, they all have their own protective sheath, which again is protecting you and protecting the knife, both.
Yep.
And at this point, oh yeah, the 5-year warranty, which I think is extraordinary to get a 5-year warranty. Well, basically what that is, I mean, that's immediate confidence for everyone. And the fact that, as we said, just hand wash them, that they're easy to care for, and because of the sharpness of the blade. If you want to cut something like sliver thin, you can do that. And that's something that clearly we know, once again, you're not doing unless you have a great knife. So you can go thicker. And okay, if it's going to cut through a pineapple, there's that bread knife.
Okay.
Right through it.
Right through it. So, of course, you want to make sure you're leaving as much as your pineapple as possible. I kind of cut off a little bit too much on that last piece. Sorry about that, guys. But it will do a hard pineapple. And when you think about that, that takes a really sharp knife. That takes a knife that can actually get it done. And it's because, again, those serrations will help you get it done a little bit easier. You can also use, if you didn't want to use this knife, because you have a set, you can use your chef's knife for this as well. So I'm going to continue with my chef's knife over here.
Oh, I wish you could be here and smell all this.
Doesn't it smell great?
It smells so fabulous. Gotta
So
love great
get rid
pineapple,
of our top.
though.
Try not to make a mess.
Well, you know, a lot of times we don't cook because we don't have good knives.
Yeah.
And the prep is what kills you.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Right?
And when again, when it's dull, that's when it's dangerous. That's the point when you have to be concerned. That's the point when you will have an injury in the kitchen. And when you have a sharp knife, it makes you want to cook. I can't even explain that. For the longest time, I just had kind of like not very good knives in my kitchen. And I would say, oh, let's go eat out. But when you start getting the best utility in your kitchen and the best appliances in your kitchen, you get excited. You want to keep cooking. You want to keep working with it. You want to learn. You want to get better. You know, and see how these are rolling off again because of that coating. So that carbon coating, what that means for you is it's going to be easy to maintain. It's not going to have corrosion on it as easily. It's not going to, you know, have the flavors on it stuck on it as much. And also the colors, I don't want to point out, if you're working on a few different projects, so maybe we have a couple cutting boards here and I just did some fish or I just did some chicken, but then I'm also doing my salad vegetables. I know that I'm using, say, my blue knife for one thing,
right,
but maybe
so
I was using
my
teal knife for my fish. So I could say, if someone's helping me in the kitchen, hey, can you hand me the orange knife?
Right, yeah.
Right?
Makes it a lot easier.
It's a really
Plus, you know, I mentioned also like with cross-contamination. I mean, it's also
huge.
A big, a lot healthier environment. So you had the chance today, and I'm looking at over 500 gone. We have just a couple of hundred now remaining. But keep in mind, as we said, in anything with our clearance item you're buying, you still have the extended return policy to the end of January, which I think is extraordinary because we want you to shop, we want you to take advantage of the buys, but we want you to be happy. So there's, you know, none of the all sales final that you see out there in the retail market. A set of knives today, if you have noticed, maybe today when you're trying to do all of your prep food for Christmas Eve dinner or Christmas Eve, you realize that not very good, the knives just aren't working, then a perfect opportunity for you to jump on in and treat yourself.